GoToWhitney.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to the City Pulse. We are here at Tri-X 57 Studios, and I'm with my co-host, Michelle Tomko.
Hello.
And we have a special guest with us today, the mayor of Atlantic City, Don Guardian. So welcome.
Thank you.
Hi.
Love the new studios.
Isn't
Love
it
the
cool?
location. Very cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I think I'm on Rockefeller Center right here
it
with,
feels like
with
that.
the
It is.
windows and all the people passing by. It's
Top of the
great.
town.
Talk to us about the Atlantic City Rescue Bill.
Sure. So right now, we have funding that's coming from casinos that are redirected from Atlantic City Alliance, plus from IATs that formerly went to CRDA. Casinos are paying their regular taxes this year, but starting in January of next year, they won't be able to do tax appeals, and it'll be $120 million a year fixed for the next 10 years. So the same amount will come to the city, and then based on what the formula is with the state, the county can be guaranteed the same amount, the school can be guaranteed, and the library. So that's happening on that side. On the other side, from what's called CompTRA, which is the Combined Municipal Tax Relief Act, we're going to receive $20 million for this year and another $6.3 million in energy tax that we get. And we're waiting to hear till July 1. That's when the state has their new budget on what our transitional aid will be. So that can be as low as $10 million, as high as maybe $33 million.
Wow.
We had asked for 40, so we'll see what happens with the total amount is going to be there. That's going to be the relief there. On the other hand, I can tell you that once I sign the contracts, I'll come back and tell you, but we're very happy. I think we've locked in our two main business partners. One of them will be Bond Council, and since we signed the contract with them, I'm happy to announce it's McMiniman and Scotland. Nice. They're very well respected in the state and very qualified. And then we have two financial advisors that we met with. Both of them, I think, are highly qualified. Okay. They've done a lot of cities' plans on how to help them get out of trouble and how to balance the budget.
Days, though?
Yeah, they have no problem with the 150 days.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
And we have no problem there. So, it's a refinancing of debt that we have. It's settling with the Brigada. The RFPs will be out in the next couple of days for trash, recycling, for towing. It'll be out to see if we're going to be working with the county, because we've talked to them about picking up health services,
so shared
transportation,
services?
shared services. Yeah. Senior transportation, and Meals on Wheels. And there really is not anything that we're not considering. We've met with both police and fire. We've already got agreements with all of our unions to change our prescription plan. It'll cost $5 more when we go to a pharmacy, but it'll save the city $1.2 million.
Wow.
We're changing our health plans over. We still have to get all of the unions to agree, but they all understand that it's what's needed. It's going to cost $5 more when you visit a doctor, again, saving $1.2 million additional dollars. So we have police PBA that needs to be voting on their union contract, but it's very similar to the firefighters. So for new police officers, they'll start at $45,000 rather than $58,000. No longevity pay, no education pay.
Wow.
15 steps to go from the minimum of $45,000 to $90,000.
Well, how do they feel about this, though?
Yeah,
what's
very
the feedback?
supportive.
They're going to be
really?
cranky when they pull us over. They're going to be a little cranky when they pull us over.
No, not at all. Stuff. I couldn't have a more cooperative police and fire, and I have to say AFSCME and AFL-CIO. They understand the crisis that we're in. They certainly don't want to stay takeover of the city, and they don't want to lose collective bargaining. And so, still ACLU and NAACP, still there making sure that we remain independent.
So why is it, not to interrupt you, but why is it negative in the news saying opposite, if that's what's really happening? So this is from the mayor telling you that they are supporting him.
So same people that said I couldn't get elected, I couldn't get through the recount, I was going to be recalled, we were going to run out of money. And Abel, don't forget, these are expert financial people.
Right.
And everybody in the state saying, absolutely, April 5th, they run out of money. Absolutely, April 20th. Absolutely, April 30th. Absolutely, June 5th, June
Right.
10th. Then they stop making predictions. So now the prediction is we're not going to be able to come up with a plan to balance our budget by 2017.
Great.
But I'm telling you,
Are you gonna
everyone
run
is
for mayor again
cooperating.
then?
Oh, absolutely. I had said I really need 8 years to turn around the town.
Okay.
We've come up with crises every day since I've been mayor. I'm not complaining. I love it.
Natural and political. Like you've had it from all ends.
yeah,
You had a big hurricane to deal with.
Absolutely.
Well, I can say something about the mayor because I live in the Ocean Club, and when you came to speak to us, actually, applause when you walked into the room to meet. So you don't see a lot of politicians that get thunderous applause when you walk in the door to talk to us about all of this stuff that's going on.
And I'm very
So-
grateful because you're paying 50% more taxes. We've lost a lot of jobs. But, now we started yesterday with the Chamber of Commerce talking about $1 billion of reinvestment in the city. So everything from Stockton University breaking ground to the new corporate offices of South Jersey Gas to the Bowtie Company, who I'll be meeting with tomorrow, talking about a groundbreaking for 250 units there. Bart Blatstein working incredibly hard
Yes.
with a whole new team of people to open up 850 rooms and restaurants at the Showboat. And then I can't wait until he comes on and tells you about some very, very exciting news about rebranding the Showboat and the entertainment center that he wants to
Oh, okay.
create
Get us
there.
the
Yeah, well,
scoop.
we
Get
like
us
to
the
know that,
scoop.
Mayor.
I want the
That's,
scoop.
that's really good news there and things. So, Boardwalk, we got the cranes in the sky. They're building the bulkheading. That boardwalk's going to be done for next summer for the first time since 1944, going from the ocean all the way back to Gardner's
So there's
Basin.
a lot of progress going
Just
on.
signed the contracts for the boardwalk between the former Revel and Caspian Avenue.
Wow.
That'll all be ripped up. That'll be all new boardwalk. So we'll all be able to bicycle or
Ben needs it. The bicycle's
rollerblade
scary. You
down.
take your life in your hands when you bike past the Showboat. Rickety,
yeah.
rickety.
Yeah, so it'll be all new. It'll
always
be
impressed
very
with her biking.
exciting with
Stuff.
that's
But
that's
what
good.
about
Yep.
with Christie when he was here?
Yep.
You guys had a battle together.
Yeah,
What's
absolutely.
the status of that now?
So, the governor doesn't think we can come up with a plan. We think we can come up
Okay,
with a plan. We asked him to give us the state aid comparable to other cities and to redirect casino funds. They came across thanks to the Assembly Speaker, Vince Prieta, who's been on our side, been a true hero in this whole battle, supporting the city, supporting unions, supporting collective bargaining, supporting the right of residents to be able to elect their officials. And so we've come a long way from the governor saying they changed one word or one period, and I'm not signing it. And 23 pages of addendums later, we were able to get
Wow.
a bill passed. Certainly not the best bill, but it's what we have. It's the cards that I get and the cards that I'm playing with. But we've won so far, and we're going to continue winning.
Well, what
It's-
about like the small businesses? Because a lot of
Yeah.
this is focused on the casinos. And how is this affecting our small business owner?
So I think, what you're going to see now is 6 concerts on the beach, bringing in 30,000 or more people. That's going to have a lot of effect on people staying over, dining, shopping. We're very happy that the air show's back again, midweek,
Yeah.
another 500,000 people coming for that. Miss America. We're going to have the Ironman for the first time. We battled all the other cities, United States, to get that. That's coming the second week
That's
in
cool.
September. We have
Absolutely.
Red Bull with 2 major events. One is a lifeguard and a paddleboard competition that you'll see, and then they're going to do a Red Bull rally, which is taking the country by storm. It's smaller vehicles. They travel up to 100 miles an hour, and they actually have a course that they designed just a few weeks before. So they're going to be on Beta Field. So that'll be broadcast live by NBC. Those are the type of things that I think you're going to help businesses. In the meantime, Bowtie bringing in 250 units of upscale housing is
Wow.
certainly very powerful. You see the groundbreaking for 500 students that'll be residents of Atlantic City starting in the fall of 2018. 98 units have come on. You see all those beautiful new homes that are on Virginia Avenue, on Route 30, on Delaware Avenue. Those were the Hope 6 units. They're all on board
Oh, wow.
as well. So that's the future of
So
where we're
much.
going.
So, going back to Christie, then what is his contention with you? Like when I watch the press release, his little press clippings that say, I can't trust him, I don't trust you, and I think they're from the same political party, and you both want the same end. What's the problem?
I have to respect him as the governor, as the number one elected official in the state of New Jersey. And so right now he's my governor, at least until January 15th or so of 2018.
Well, how do you say
unless
chipper?
he moves to Washington, D.C.
How do you say so chipper every day then with all this going
because
on?
I wake up in the morning, I'm
Yes.
in a good mood, I take my shower, I'm even in a better mood. I bicycle along the boardwalk in Atlantic City. Who else can say that they can do that to start off their morning?
No,
then I
it's
come
amazing.
and I listen to Don Williams, Harry Hurley, read the newspaper, then I get depressed, and my whole
exactly.
plan for the day changes, and I realize the crisis for the day.
But then Miss
I don't
America
know any
goes right
better.
across your front
Yeah.
lawn.
Miss America
and
goes across.
I think there's no better place
it's
to
great.
live.
I get to marry people. You get to
Yeah.
open up stores like next door in about a half an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
So life is
The
good.
playground. Well, that's good. Let's just talk about one thing in the news right now, which is Orlando. So many things have happened
Yeah.
there. What is your take on it?
So, one is there's always going to be crazy people. I know we're going to have a memorial service on the beach in front of Tropicana on Monday. Sadly, it's the 1-year anniversary of another crazy guy that went into the church in Charleston and murdered church-going
Yeah.
Prayer group, yeah.
Yeah.
prayer group there and things like that. So I don't think we'll ever stop that. What's sad is when I have spoken over the last 10, 15 years at Dr. Martin Luther King birthday rallies, I would always say, we've gone so much, but we have so much to go. But I'm so proud of America in terms of civil rights. And this year was the first year I said, I can't come and say that anymore. And so I'm just so embarrassed the way we're treating Muslims and not giving them the right to practice their religion in mosques. I never thought we'd be saying that. We've come so far with black issues, with female issues, with LGBT issues, with Americans with disability. All of that we've tackled in the last 40 years. And if there was anything with civil rights, I thought it was the right to practice religion was the issue. I thought after same-sex marriage that whole issue was over. Certainly the openness in today's society, as you meet gay and lesbians, transgender people, you certainly see them as just ordinary Americans. And so it was very sad that this crazy man decided to bring in a machine gun and mow down 50 or more innocent people, injure another 50 people. My condolences to their family, and just a very sad day for America. And that's why civil rights will always be important, but you can't be quiet. You got to stand up. You got to talk. And it reminds me, I'm going to get the word just a little bit off, but there was a Lutheran pastor, and he was one of the last people executed in a death camp, a Nazi death camp. And in his diary, he said, when they came for the Jews, I didn't do anything because I'm not a Jew. And when they came for the Catholics, I didn't do anything because I wasn't a Catholic. When they came for the gypsies, I didn't do anything because I wasn't a gypsy. And when they came for the homosexuals, I didn't do anything because I wasn't a homosexual. And when they came for me, there was nobody left. And so that's what we got to remember about this. We need to stand up for Americans' rights. We've got to protect the Constitution, the constitutional rights of all Americans. So a sad day that this happened, but it should make us ever vigilant to be out there and to make sure that civil rights...
That's it. You hit it right there, because I was just saying that yesterday on our regular podcast, that we have to start, like an American club was terrorized, not a gay club. Kept saying, because it's divisive. And then, if you're not gay, maybe you're not going to care about it so much. That doesn't affect me. That's not my thing. So, I was just saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you for that. Do you have anything else you want to ask?
Yeah, what's on your iPod?
Yeah. What's on your iPod? What kind of music do you listen to? These are
When
fun
you're
questions.
biking.
Oh,
We're gonna do
so
this as the
one is
rapid fire.
I never listen to music outside. I listen to the ocean and talk to people and things
Oh,
like
nice.
that. I'm going to upset all of the local radio stations because I listen to Temple.
Yeah,
I love
no more
classical.
free T-shirts for you,
No,
man.
I know. So I love classical music and I love jazz, and really that's what I pretty much listen
That's
to
cool.
is Temple. So every once in a while I listen
love
to
that
everyone else.
station. I
But,
love that station.
That's what relaxes me. It chills me me out, puts me in a good mood.
Temple is a
you
good-
know,
See me, I'm
I
like
also
You're
love
right about that. I
Well,
shout
no,
out to Temple, too.
I
You're
love
right.
Temple because on Saturday night after midnight, they're the only ones that have Cuban Afro jazz. If you haven't heard it, I think it's
That sounds
very,
cool.
very cool.
That's
And
late night
I-
when the bow tie comes off. There. That's when you loosen up that bow tie and get on your
Yeah.
Cuban
That's it, yeah.
Afro jazz. How many bow ties do you have in your collection? Is there a whole closet full?
No, what happens, I actually have it on display. I have two very cool towel racks, and I display it in the bedroom because it's almost like a portrait, all the colors. I keep 50. And so as I get one, I look at the raggy one, I throw one away and things.
Okay.
But I keep about 50.
We got to
have-
get those on eBay. I bet we could
Yeah,
get some
right.
bucks for a
We should
used Mayor
sign them.
Guardian.
I'm
yeah.
sure, and I have a couple of cool ones. I wore my flag yesterday for the day before for Flag Day on the 14th,
Yeah.
and I have a knife and fork. When I go out, when they had opened up the knife and fork, they had special bow ties.
Yeah.
I have a St. Augustine prep bow tie that I wear, and I have a University, Stockton, of course.
Sure.
bow
When did that
tie
start?
as well.
You always bow tie, or did you go from a bolo to the bow tie?
No.
Bolo,
No, the last time I had a
That's the
bolo,
Western.
the
Yeah.
bolo
Oh,
I
that
had
thing, yeah.
as a Boy Scout. So I was
Yes.
about 16. I think I had a bolo
you were
tie
a Boy
on.
Scout?
That's the last time.
Did you get-
I am an Eagle Scout.
Did you finish? I was just
Yes,
going to ask if you
absolutely.
finished
I
the
was
Eagle.
a camp director, Boy Scout camp director, and I worked in Boy Scout camps all through high school and college. So
To get to Eagle
wonderful
Scout, that is a
experience.
huge dedication. That's impressive to
It is.
finish that.
Yep.
That's a
And-
lot of
and then
work.
You live your life as an Eagle Scout as well, and I'm very happy to say that I try to live my life according to the principles of the 12 points of the Scout law and the Scout oath and things
What
like
was
that.
your project, your final Eagle Scout project for the community?
Very good and things. So you had to remember this was 1967,
Okay.
and what I did is I found a number of mothers in St. Michael's Church where the troop met, and they made 150 little bags. They sewed these bags, and we went around town to pharmacies, to the old A&P and things, and we collected toothpaste and baby powder and aspirin and mouthwash, and we put together little kits, and we sent them over to Vietnam for orphans. It was called the Tom Dooley kit, and the Salesians, Order of Priests of Don Bosco, St. John Bosco, coordinated this around the world. And so if you were a Salesian kid, and I was a Don Bosco prep boy, so this was a great Eagle Scout project, and I was able to put together 150 of these Tom
that's
Dooley
neat.
kits.
Tom Dooley kits.
Tom Dooley kits.
I
yeah.
have to Google
there was
that.
a doctor. There was
Okay.
a Dr. Tom Dooley.
Okay.
As opposed to "Hang down your head, Tom Dooley." Not that.
I
one.
don't know that. I
Yeah,
don't even know anything.
So
I'm
that
like,
was a
this is
60s.
cool.
That was
I'm like,
60s folk.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's really
Cool.
neat. That's impressive that you finished that, because I had a friend in high school who did Eagles. A lot of work. So that's,
Yeah.
You never stop working. When do you sleep? When do you eat? Are you
As
just a
soon-
robot? What's
no,
happening?
No.
Are you real?
I work.
Are you real?
How do you get all this
Someone
done?
asked me if I have a clone.
Yeah,
But
you
no.
must. You're a hologram. Poke him. See if he's there.
I work hard. I
He's
play
real.
hard, and then when I get home, I'm asleep. As soon as I put my head on that pillow,
Yeah, I
bet.
I'm done
Believe
and
it.
things. So
I know about
my
that.
father-in-law is about 13 years older than I am. I'm 63, and I was trying to get him caught up on Bloodlines. It's a Netflix, so we could watch the next season. And between the two of us, it took us 5 showings when we both were able to stay awake for
awake for
1
it.
hour
Yeah.
to see it. And
Oh,
things.
that's funny.
So yeah. So when I hit the sack, I'm done, and then 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm back up, so we can
Wow.
start bicycling and things. And I usually try to take Wednesdays off. So that's my little secret.
Oh, good.
And things. And if I get an hour or two, I'm certainly on the beach.
Wow.
Well, we'll have to do lunch. You have
Yes.
to come do our regular podcast.
Yeah,
then if you're
on
off
Wednesdays.
on
Love
Wednesdays.
it. Absolutely.
We do it. You have to bike over here.
Okay, we'll do that. That would be a lot of fun. What time?
4
4
o'clock.
on
Great.
Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, you heard it here.
You heard it here. You heard it
He's
here first.
committed.
He's
He's
coming back.
committed.
Well, thank you so much, Mayor Don Garden. We are so happy that you came here today for TriX 57 for the City Pulse. And
Thank you.
we
Welcome to
appreciate
Atlantic
everything.
Yeah.
City.
Thank you.
Thank you
you
so
for
much,
all you do.
57, for coming and to, being here and part of the city. It's great to welcome you back. I think everybody remembers you at the old Acme years ago up on, I guess it was Connecticut and Atlantic.
Yeah. That is so cool. Well, anything else, Michelle?
I
I'm
have
anything
1,000 questions, but
I
we'll
know.
save
I
it
know,
for
me
when
too.
we
Save it
have it for the
next
whole
week.
hour.
All right.
Well, cool. Well, on behalf of TriX 57 and the City Pulse, we want to thank Mayor Don Guardian for coming to this special edition of the City Pulse, and I want to thank Michelle Tomko for co-hosting.
Oh, glad to be here.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Make sure to check us out online, facebook.com/the City Pulse, and also triax57.com. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.